This is a podcast from the Business Times.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, August 5th, 2026. Here's your market-focused daily closing bell update by the Business Times. Asian shares climbed sharply today, following Wall Street's record-breaking rally after upbeat earnings from the likes of Palantir fueled demand for technology stocks. Investor sentiment also improved on expectations that the Strait of Hormuz could soon reopen, easing pressure on oil prices and government bond yields. MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan rose 2.4%. South Korea led regional gains, with the Kospi soaring 3.76% and closing at 6,598. Mainland China's CSI 300 gained 1.24%, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index inched up by almost 0.2%. Australia's benchmark ASX 200 gained 0.90%, touching a record intraday high. Resource stocks provided the biggest boost, with Fortescue and BHP rising 0.61% and 3.34% respectively. The index has gained roughly 5% year-to-date. Japan's Nikkei advanced 3.66%, led by technology stocks with SoftBank Group surging more than 10% at the open and closed 13.96% higher. Semiconductor testing firm Advantest jumped 8.77%, while memory chipmaker Kioxia also advanced 4.24%. Over in the commodities market, oil prices tumbled more than 5%, settling at their lowest levels in 3 weeks, as signs of diplomatic progress in the Iran conflict eased concerns over global oil supplies. Brent crude fell 5.3% to $79.36 a barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate dropped 5.7% to settle at $75.77 a barrel. Both benchmarks recorded their lowest close since July 13th. Sentiment improved after U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said talks involving Iran and Oman had made progress on increasing shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, although no final agreement has been reached. Earlier, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent suggested a deal to reopen the vital waterway could come very soon. Meanwhile, Qatar said diplomatic efforts remain ongoing. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Majid Al-Ansari said negotiations were continuing, while the Emir of Qatar and U.S. President Donald Trump had discussed ways to de-escalate tensions between Washington and Tehran. In precious metals, gold prices extended their gains for a third straight session today, supported by a weaker U.S. dollar and a sharp decline in oil prices, which boosted demand for the safe haven metal. Spot gold climbed 1.4% to about $4,152 an ounce, while gold futures gained 1.1% to $4,200. The precious metal continued to move inversely to oil after crude prices plunged more than 5% yesterday. Switching our focus over to the currencies, markets steadied today as pressure on the Japanese yen eased following recent intervention efforts and strong backing from the United States. Traders remain on alert, however, for further coordination and intervention between U.S. and Japan. The yen strengthened slightly to 157.74 against the dollar after weakening around 0.4% from Monday's peak of 155.20. It remains well above its recent 40-year low of about 164 per dollar. Meanwhile, the U.S. dollar hovered near a 6-week low amid growing optimism over developments in the Middle East. And finally, U.S. futures are pointing to an upward start, with NASDAQ, Dow, and S&P 500 futures added 0.13%, 0.36%, and 0.3% respectively, after hitting all-time highs respectively. That's it for today. For more business news and market updates, visit bt.sg and Lens On Daily for the latest. Tomorrow at 10 a.m.
This is a podcast by the Business Times. Find more BT podcasts at businesstimes.com.sg/podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. This podcast is meant to provide general information only. SPH Media accepts no liability for loss arising from any reliance on the podcast or use of third parties' products and services. Please consult professional advisors for independent advice.